Hello, everybody. Welcome to another CotS Take Coalition of Sane, hashtag COTS. I've had it. I just can't do it anymore. We put up with Donald Trump. We put up the insanity of J6, Stop the Steal, conspiracy theories, people making things up, coup-like activities. We have put up with so much over the last few years. Since 2016, it's been really a shit show of chaos and ridiculousness where we have unserious people becoming more and more important in the U.S. political system. So I need to explain some things before I get going here because you're going to need to know a few things. First of all, I need to define what CODEL means before I go into this COTS take about dummies hunting aliens on the taxpayer dime. A CODEL is a congressional delegation that's funded by the taxpayer dime. What CODELs are is you can go overseas, you can go to different countries, you can go in country, but usually it's field hearings in country where you're doing some kind of congressional investigation or figuring out policy points. Say, for instance, there's a bad outbreak of bird flu and you need to go visit a specific farm. So a congressional delegation goes there. Or, I was on a CODEL to South America because we were looking at Chinese Belt and Road initiatives where they were taking away American trade, things of that nature. Or I would go to a CODEL somewhere where we're looking at, say, agricultural issues in the 5th District. So again, taxpayer funded CODELs, a congressional delegation, they go places to do things based on policy, problems, trying to figure out constituent needs, things of that nature. Sometimes overseas to look at foreign policy issues, but even maybe military policy issues. So I ran across a video from Anna Paulina Luna, Congresswoman. She has a pretty stellar background. She was an enlisted airfield management, which, great. We like people that serve, but certainly not somebody who was high up on the rung of intelligence business or clearances. So as I go into this story and why I get so angry, you would think I would be bemused when I tell this, but it's so freaking insane. It's so absolutely batshit about how taxpayers are being defrauded by these hysterical ass clowns who can't even get stories straight or who believe such ridiculous things. I got to talk about a video that is posted about Luna that she did a podcast about her, Tim Burchett from Tennessee, who I know, and Matt Gaetz going to Eglin Air Force Base to shake down a base commander because there was some whistleblower there, so the Air Force was covering up UAP activity. First of all, bullshit. So you have these three clowns, and I'm sorry. Listen, I know Tim, but this is just insane. Go down there and try to confront a base commander at Eglin Air Force Base about UAPs. Now, first of all, this is taxpayer funded. And we're to a point where you have individuals going down there who believe that aliens are in the Bible.
What I will say is, I share a Christian perspective on many things.
You have people who actually believe that Constantine is a documentary. The movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves.
So you wouldn't happen to have one of those enchanted crosses sitting around here in a cabinet or something maybe we could take with us?
And Luna actually comes out of her shell in this interview to say that she does not think that there are actually fleshy space aliens with interdimensional beings, because that's what David Grusch said. So you were telling me David Grusch doesn't even believe in the space aliens, but in interdimensional energy beings? You got to be fucking kidding me.
So I wouldn't call them aliens. I really like what Grusch calls them. He says that they're interdimensional beings, and he's very specific
what
about
does that mean?
I think it means that they're not necessarily a biological entity from another planet per se.
Interesting.
So they head down there to confront the space commander. And the space commander, first of all, thinks they're a bunch of chuckleheads, right? They're bringing this ridiculousness to his base. And what I think is, I tell you, I got a lot of respect for the base commander, because the base commander decided to leave during this during this meeting and take leave, like actually met in the middle of the session. Now, I don't quite know what Luna means there. Does it mean that they stayed the night and then they showed up the next day he was gone? But she said he actually left in the middle of the meeting to go on leave. And you know what? Everybody needs to be the base commander, because what Luna said this meeting was about and what she believes is absolutely mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Damn, I need to send some chocolates to that base commander. Now, I'm former Air Force. I probably know more about special access programs and special technical operations more than Luna, Madsen, Burchett will ever know. I've forgotten more about it. You couldn't send three less qualified people to talk about any type of technical specificities, whether it's UAPs or portals opening or bizarre, or my gosh, what is it? Non-human intelligence. By the way, non-human intelligence, NHIs, things like that, could be a horse. That's non-human intelligence. A cat, a dog, Luna could be non-human intelligence. But what gets me is that we have all these problems in the world, and we have a UAP task force, which is no different than going to look for chupacabras. No different. Hell, there could be a task force to go look for Bigfoots. Mount St. Helens. Maybe we have a CODEL, a congressional delegation, taxpayer funded, to go see what happened during the extinction event in 1980 for Mount St. Helens when all the Bigfoots were killed, which is another conspiracy theory. I would say it's as likely as there being UAPs and NHIs, non-human intelligence, that we've identified. Shit's not there, guys. This is made up. Grusch is wrong. You know what gets me too is that she goes down there and she calls out the base commander for not treating them correctly, that you shouldn't treat members of Congress this way. You know what? The base commander, they already had dossiers on these idiots and they already knew what they believed. And they're going to a serious Air Force base to talk about unexplained aerial phenomena, UFOs, maybe talking about aliens that have been cut up and put in frozen bins and freezers in Area 51. Maybe when you open the freezers, the big old eyes are just looking up at them, right? The soulless eyes of a reticulin, of a gray.
E.T. phone home.
Maybe that's what they were hoping to find. But then it gets crazy in this interview. When the interviewer says, well, what do you believe? And she said, we don't believe in space aliens. We believe in interdimensional beings. He asked what that was. Well, she really doesn't know because she's going off David Grusch, but she said it was part of her biblical belief system. So now you've got somebody using taxpayer money going out there, again, in some goddamn, I'm sorry, guys, I can't take it anymore. This is insane. Taxpayers should not be funding these bizarre hysterical trips. You might as well fund something to Skinwalker Ranch. Why don't we fund Bigfoot expeditions? Do CODELs. Why don't we look for the chupacabra on a CODEL? Why not? How about the wolf man or the dog man? How about the skunk ape? How about Champ? Go to Lake Champlain. We do a CODEL there. Taxpayer money being spent on somebody like Luna, whose claim to fame is being in Maxim magazine. I can't take it. Matt Gaetz, charlatan. Tim Burchett honestly said aliens were in the Bible. And again, I used to like to hang out with Tim, but this is insane. And then you have a base commander completely disrespecting them. Good, because it's unserious bullshit. I will I'll stay a week at Skinwalker Ranch. I will sleep on the ground. I'll sleep in a bean bag, looking at the stars with a bottle of bourbon. Nothing will happen. I will scream to the energy beings to come and get me. Nothing's going to happen. We are an unserious nation with unserious politicians. We are an unserious nation with unserious politicians. There are no energy beings. We're not fighting the Anunnaki or the Brno or the Dracos or the Quiventalor. It's almost like they believe in harmonic universes. All this is made up. Grusch surrounds himself with UFO charlatans and grifters. There's no hidden programs, guys. We are wasting money and time while real things happen in this world. And you've got these idiots going down there and saying these things and doing these things and then saying they have a biblical belief system. And now we have taxpayers being funded on the fact that these Christians believe aliens are in the Bible and that's what they're looking for? Aliens in the Bible? What is happening? What the fuck is happening to our country that we would take this seriously at all? And what is happening when taxpayer money, when we're $34 trillion in debt, is being used for some of these stupid CODELs? I've had enough. I've just had enough. We cannot continue to look for sky beings. They're not there. It's not going to happen. Let's get rid of the UAP task force or whatever the hell this bullshit is. And let's stop trying to absolutely radicalize or to make things opaque or to confuse the American public with the ignorance that's spewing out of the mouth of the UAP task force and the idiots that are out there saying this stuff is real. And stop harassing base commanders. This base commander should 100% absolutely be emulated because he's doing serious work and these congressional individuals aren't. Thank you and have a great day. Let's get to work. And there's no goddamn space beings.
So I got Men in Blacked. I know a lot of people are going to be like, that's crazy.
I am just a figment of your imagination. Damn, what a gullible breed.